part of what they have done is to engineer contempt and hatred and the teaching of the subjugation and the harming of anybody who has color in his or her skin. That's what racism is in the form of white supremacy. There's only one form of race or one form of racism, because race is racism, and that's to dominate and mistreat people based on color. The white supremacists have mastered that ideology and have spread it all over the world so that there's no place that's exempt from it. So they teach the darker that you are, the more forbidden you are, the more trashed you're supposed to be, the more you're supposed to be treated like trash. The darker you are in your skin color. And so they teach that not only to other white people, but they teach it to the non-white people, the people that they classify as non-white themselves. And they say, now, if there's anybody even in your family that has darker skin than you, then that person is supposed to be treated in a more derogatory fashion. And it's a subliminal thing most of the time, but it manifests itself in everything that's going on the planet. And that's the white supremacist ideology. And the closer you are to being white, the better you're supposed to be treated. This is it. It's a very simple formula. And they say, but nobody is supposed to be treated to the very best except those people classified as white. And then everybody else can fight among themselves about whether or not who's going to be the favorite dark-skinned person of the moment. But everybody will bow down to anyone who is classified as white. That's what the whole ideology is about. And they teach the dark-skinned people to hate themselves as individuals and anybody else that looks like them. This is why there's so much slaughter among the darker-skinned people of the world. They pounce on each other at every chance. They go looking for each other with the purpose of doing harm, not to do anything constructive, not to even have a constructive conversation. It's all hostility. Pass each other on the street and look at each other. I mean, dart their eyes at each other with hostility. This is what it's supposed to be about. And the white supremacists have engineered this many, 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 many years ago, and they have just about perfected it to the extent that the whole world is poisoned by this ideology and this practice. It's not just an ideology. It's a complete practice that covers all areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. And that's 24 hours a day, every day, everywhere on the planet Earth.